learning and investing in yourself is so important. If you can compress the time frame, if you can get off on the right foot and then have the right group supporting you, that whole saying, if you couldn't do it, could we do it? Could we help each other make it happen that individually we couldn't? And actually, that's my whole focus, is getting people on their own shows, providing what I do, and I'm working with Harvey and Kelly really closely, what we're doing every day that we could share. Here's what we do every day, here's why, and here's what it gets. Let's redirect. There's the opportunity, because LinkedIn has proven, at least to certain people who have mastered it and done it right. I mean, we had Dennis on the other day at 80,000 connections.
Wow.
He's got a huge organization, and he's got as much business as he can handle. And he lives in Mexico in a resort. He sold everything in his life, his house, his car, and just decided, to be free. And, that's what I think people can really hope for. It's not only financial freedom, but time freedom, right? Money without time has no value. Time without money is really kind of difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Without that. So Omar, invited Kofi up, invited Leslie up. Maybe they were enjoying it so much they didn't want to take over any of the spotlight.
They're still in their pajamas waiting for Santa to come tonight, and so they're not ready, and they're still. I'm just kidding. So you made some good points there, definitely. That I forgot my thought, but you mentioned something about your own show, right? Yeah, definitely. I mean, helping you. So people actually want an easier job, and I think with social media and with YouTube, it's making jobs a lot easier for people and things they want to do. People are kind of sick of the 9 to 5 job. And for me, I like my job. I'm okay with that. But some people want that more relaxing and flexible job where you're able to do a video and you get monetized on it, or go out and do this kind of thing. It might seem silly to some people, but it's fun because you got to do what is fun. And we got to have fun in this world. This life is short, but we have to have fun. We got to smile. We got to enjoy. We can't just be miserable in a 9 to 5 job for 30, 40 years and just get the paycheck. I know some people need that money and need that job, but then on the side, while you're working that job, try an hour or two to do something that you really love. Do you like to write books? Are you an illustrator? Are you an artist? Are you a YouTuber? Use that on the side and then grow your business from that way. And then slowly tell your employers, I'm sorry, I want to do part-time with you. And they might cry a bit or tissue a bit, but that's okay. You got to do what you want. It's not what they want. It's do what you love, and that's it.
Well, I think that's tremendous advice. And if everybody puts that in their review to say, how much fun am I having after I figured out what I've been doing?
Yeah.
Once you sort it out, what was my highest points this year? Right? What was my biggest victories or my biggest celebrations? And, also, what was the disappointments? Where were the things that didn't come out so well? And, it's over both of those. So they can't hurt you any more than you allow them to. It's in the books already.
Yeah.
And that's why teams look at tape so much, right? After a football game, I mean, they're sitting in a room looking at every play and every nuance of what they didn't see when it was happening. So they become aware and they make an adjustment, right? Well, if this person is doing this every time they play, then this is what I have to be ready for. And they say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So, you can have someone says, I need you, and you can say, I'm not ready. I haven't done anything, or I'm waiting for that doorbell to ring. As soon as it does, I'm going to be popping out of there ready to go, excited. For people to want to help you, you have to give them a reason. And it doesn't have to be the same reason that you want in return. Some people are just looking for gratitude, respect. You know, they give you something, they would like a thank you in some way, or at least knowing that you received it and it meant something, because that's their signal to duplicate it. And if not, well, there's another more worthy person, you know? And I think that's really the difference, is protocol, knowing how to act in certain situations. Like, you don't put links in somebody else's comments or posts, because it's like walking into somebody's refrigerator, taking out what you want and leaving, and thinking it's okay because it's only a sandwich or it's only a whatever. But I think Omar made a good point. You're only here for a short time. How do you want to be remembered? Right? And, you know, there's that saying, especially for older people, that plant trees they'll never sit under, you know, but they know that someone will, and they know it's a tree. So, you know, a lot of times you're building something, you'll never see the full potential, but isn't it cool that you live on through others by your words that keep being listened to? Isn't it cool that people are on a path that may never have been there without you, and they give you credit and they remember you? And if you're looking for longevity, it's your impact that is the most important thing. And if everybody left a better impact for the world, because with a platform like this, we're not limited. Look at, I guarantee you 80%, 70% of people looks like are from somewhere that I have never been, probably will never be, and never have a chance to meet people any other way but this way. But not only did you meet them, you imparted a lot of you and your wisdom and thought, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, you know, I came out so much better because I came in with a half a loaf and I left with a full loaf, right? Because someone shared their half a loaf with everyone. So there's a lot to be thought of, to review, to enjoy. And, you know, the other thing I'd like to leave everybody with is, whatever happened to you, Harvey has to go. I'll see Harvey again, I'm sure, soon. Happy holidays soon.
Right.
I think the most important thing you have to remember is that you survived this year. Wherever you are, you're here. You're still alive. You're still doing things. You're still thinking. So no matter how bad or how good it was, it didn't take you down. It didn't stop you from going forward. And give yourself credit, because the big picture is what you want to focus on. The little picture is whatever you want to see whenever you want to see it. And, you know, what encourages you, what turns you on, turns people on like you, right? So if you're waiting for something to happen to get you really excited, why don't you do that same thing to somebody to get them excited? And at least someone gets excited. So Omar, final words. It was great having you on. It's amazing how an hour can fly by so quickly.
Absolutely, yes. And I want to thank Don again for this opportunity to come back on this show. It's a wonderful show. And yes, we definitely need to review our life from 2023 and how we can improve it for 2024. Maybe not maybe not much, maybe not a lot, but what we can do what we can as little as possible to improve our lives, to help ourselves, help mankind, help people around us, because that's what we need. Just review, improve, get better. That's the key to it, and definitely a good opportunity. Don, you're awesome. This is a wonderful show. I actually sometimes watch the show a couple of times too, to review and see that, because this is, I relate the show to, remember the show Live with Regis and Kelly back in the, or Kathy Lee back in the day. That I related to that show, and so I grew up watching that show. And so any talk shows, any of that, it's gold, because you're actually learning something from it. This is more informative than those shows. It's wonderful. I enjoy it, and thank you again for the opportunity. You are awesome.
Well, thank you, Omar. And I feel the same way, very reciprocal, because you're always trying to put out goodness. You're always trying to encourage better behavior. And I think that's important. And collectively, that's a strong message that we can continue to reinforce and have good win over evil, have happy win over sad, and make the world a better place, because that's where everybody has to live in, right? And that's where our kids and grandkids will have to grow up in. So if you don't do it for yourself, if you do it for something bigger than yourself, you can lose a lot of the self that you don't really enjoy too much, and find yourself being maybe a smaller player in a bigger puzzle that can make a difference. So anyways, with that, tomorrow is Christmas. Kelly will be here to bring Christmas cheer. And this is a second family to me. So where would I want to be on Christmas, but with the people have made all year such a celebration, and more importantly, the optimism one can gain going into a new year, saying, boy, I might have paid a price this year, but I sure gained a lot. Now I'm going to put it to use next year, and then it might serve me for 20 more years. This is not a small or temporary space that you're occupying if you don't want it to be. And, the people can break out are the people that will be seen. And, I'm trying to call that co-elevating here, right? So how collectively can we elevate together and help each other get even higher? With that said, take care. Enjoy whatever feast you have today or tomorrow. Enjoy your family. They're only here for so long, and make everybody's day a little bit better with an awareness of trying to achieve that. So goodbye. Good luck. See you tomorrow if you can, and really appreciate all of you.
And smile at someone today. Smile.
Maybe make them laugh.